it's time to think again about a few important things, so we can decide what the size of these UVs will be. Final render resolution, minimum camera distance, and the resolution of the texture files, which will usually be 2K or 4K, depending on your computer's capabilities and performance. For that, I put together a small diagram to illustrate the relationship between these three things we need to consider. In my example, in my current project, I want a 4K render for demonstration purposes. The final image will be 4K, so that's not going to change. The other thing that won't change is the distance of my object in this render. This geometry of mine will be rendered at this size in relation to the render. No matter where I place this geometry, its size of 2K won't change. That's the maximum. If it were an animation, things would move, the camera would be animated. But the size of this geometry in relation to the render wouldn't change. That's exactly why I just named it Geo2K. And with this 4 quadrants, we can see that the size of this object in relation to the render is roughly 2K. The last variable left for us to choose is the texture size. This will depend on your computer, etc. I chose, based on my computer's capability, that I want a 4K texture. Look at that. Wow. Fork. By chance, or as it happens, the texture is actually the same size as the render. But please just ignore the detail for now, because we'll have other examples coming up. So, as you can see, in the 4K texture file, this object will also need to take up roughly an entire quadrant. That doesn't mean the texture will take up the entire size of the render. Let's go to the next example. If I had a 2K texture, look what happens. My final render is still 4K. My little cat still has to appear at the same size on the screen, but I can only use 2K texture files. Now the UVs of this object, of this geometry, will take up the entire map. In this example, I could cut off its tail and place it up here, use both sides of it symmetrically with the same texture, so I wouldn't need more maps. It still fits within this square I have, which is the square of the texture file. Next example. What if I could only use a 1K map? My computer is even worse. Look at that. Now, once again, the render is the same. The geometry and its size on the screen in the image are the same. Now I was forced to use UDIMs. I need, more or less, for this cat, 4 UDIMs. One for the upper part of the body, one for the back, one for 2 legs here, 2 legs there, and the tail somewhere. Do you see this relationship between the render size, the geometry size, and the map size? The last example is if we had an 8K render. With an 8K render and the object relatively the same size as in this image, now it has the size of 4K, and the 4K texture will be exactly like that other one from the beginning. The 2K one, it will cover the whole thing. Let's compare the first one with the last one. This is the first. With the 4K texture, I still have 4 more spaces to use. But if my final render is 8K, now a 4K texture will be taken up by the entire object. I'm sure there's some way to make a simple equation that relates these 3 numbers. But I don't think it's necessary because, at least for me, it's much easier to illustrate what's happening. I picture the size of my final render, the size of the object on the screen, and then I choose the texture size that my computer can handle.